Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I am Adam. I've now got a smile on my face because Manchester United are Champions League and we're having a fucking laugh. So much of a laugh that Jesse Lingard scored today. Well done to Jesse Lingard for fucking up that dude's bet, who had the cheek to bet on him not to get a goal and an assist all season. But well done to Manchester United for getting wrapped up in the end. It was squeaky bum time. I've been moaning for the whole 90 minutes. I've been nervous for the whole 90 minutes. But we got there in the end. We got a clean sheet, 2 goals, 3 points. We finished third. And I wouldn't have thought that. I wouldn't have even predicted it at the start of the season. When Steve predicted it on the video that we did, I said, I don't know about that one, Steve. I'm predicting 4th and I'm being overconfident. And he was predicting 3rd, but he ended up being right. And we have managed to get 3rd spot. And it does feel, this 3rd spot feels positive because it's not like, I think Jose's, when he finished 2nd and then we fucked him in the summer, I think that had a part to deal with it. But when we finished 2nd then, it never quite felt like we had made progression or we had moved forward from that season when we won the Europa League and the League Cup under Jose. Under Ole, albeit short, it's a short-term thing, it feels like we've had progression over these last 12 months or whatever it is since the season started. It's almost 12 months since last August, so we've had progression. If you look at Manchester United at the start of this season to the restart of the season following the COVID break, it's like looking at 2 completely different sides. You even think about, so you see some of the team sheets that came out from earlier in the season and you think, was that in 2017? It doesn't feel like it was the same year. And that's down to Ole Solskjaer. Obviously, we've had players come back from injury. The likes of Paul Pogba now look committed to United and staying here for the long-term future. You know, Martial, Rashford, Greenwood starting scoring goals more regularly. The likes of Bruno being added into the mix as well. And although I've been very critical of them, all of them in the back 4. Wan-Bissaka, thought he was poor again today, especially first half. Lindelof, Maguire, I thought they were poor in the first half. They grew into the game in the second half. Same with Williams. Although I've been critical of them over the last couple of weeks, some of that could be down to fatigue, and they have actually improved our team defensively overall. But to keep pushing us on, to make sure that we can go on and hopefully challenge and close the gap on City and Liverpool, we need them to improve even further, because at the moment, they don't look elite. And that's what we need at Man United. We need David De Gea to be finding his feet again and getting back up there. And we need Maguire and Lindelof to be showing us that they are actually £110 million worth of centre-back. Because at the moment, I don't see that. I don't see that at all. Wan-Bissaka, I think, has improved us defensively, but he needs to improve going forward. And Brandon Williams today, I've only seen it in the last week. I'm not seeing much of this from him overall, but it looks like, you know, he's got a mistake in him at the moment and he needs to get that out of his system. So the defence needs to improve and I'm hopeful that will happen. But overall, despite the fact we were fatigued, we managed to squeak over the line and you have to be happy with that. And going to Leicester today, although they're on a horrid run, although they've not been playing great football and not been banging the goals away for fun like they have been, and they had loads of injuries, it's still a difficult place to go and get a result. And you've seen many times over the years where it's that kind of game against Leicester City where we'd slip up and drop points. And we haven't done that this time around. So again, massive positives for Manchester United. We've managed to get through when it mattered on the day. Now, 3rd or 4th isn't what Manchester United need. 3rd or 4th isn't the penultimate for Manchester United under Ole Solskjaer. It's a stepping stone. But we needed this Champions League football for our short-term objectives, transfers, you know, just even feeling positive going into the next campaign, not affecting our league campaign next season, and of course just being in the Champions League. It brings a different status to your club. It obviously brings a different confidence to your players, and hopefully now they can look back on this season as job done, mission complete, but not perfect, and still loads to work on, because we do have loads to work on. And today in that first half it was squeaky. The passing was poor from Matic, Pogba and Bruno. Every other pass was underhit, overhit, going out of play or going to a Leicester shirt. The defence looked shaky. De Gea was spilling things, and up front they didn't have much service. In the second half I don't think much really changed, but United did look more settled at the back. We managed to get those goals. Obviously the first one coming from a penalty from Bruno Fernandes, the second one from Jesse Lingard, and that could be Jesse Lingard's last moment in a United shirt, the last thing he does. I actually think we could see him here next season, to be honest. I think he offers more than Daniel James. I think he offers more than Juan Mata, Andreas Pereira. I think he offers more than these players. So in a competent squad, say we sign Sancho and sign Grealish and let's say Pereira and Mata left, I still think there's room for a Jesse Lingard in your squad. But maybe he's thinking, this is the right time for me to leave. There's clubs out there that maybe will appreciate me more. Maybe he fancies a new test elsewhere, abroad or something. And if he does move on, then it's great to have seen him get a chance to get a goal and go out on a high, sending United into the Champions League. And if he stays, I hope he gets down, works hard, and grafts away, because he can be a useful squad player. He just hasn't been for the last 12 or 18 months. And I think if you improve your squad, if you get the likes of Sancho and Grealish and all those guys in, a Jesse Lingard in your squad isn't a bad player to have. Do you know what I mean? It's when you're calling on them week in, week out, that's where the problem comes from. So I think overall today, wasn't perfect, but nobody really gives a shit. It felt like a cup final going into it. It felt like a cup final during the game. And thankfully, we got over the line. Ole didn't trust that bench. He didn't make much changes. This is the team we've seen more often than not in the Premier League. The same front four, Bruno, Greenwood, Marshall, Rashford. The same midfield, Matic and Pogba. And the same defence, bar Williams today coming in for Luke Shaw. And I think it's a surprise how much we've missed Luke Shaw. Honestly, before the restart, even before the break for the COVID period, I wouldn't have said I really care if Luke Shaw would be injured or not. But the fact he's injured and we're missing him shows you how well he's done in recent weeks. So, we need to get players back. We need to buy players still. And we need to make sure that the board are backing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer going forward, and helping us on this progression and helping us get the right players in so we can challenge at the right end of the Premier League and challenge in the Champions League. Because next season, if we're finishing in this similar position, or we finish third but it's on the last day of the season, that's not good enough. That's not improvement. And it's like all these people that keep comparing points tallies to other points tallies. There's no point. These are different seasons. This season, we have finished third. And I feel like if you would have offered me that at the start of the season, I definitely would have taken it. And I feel over the course of the season, we have seen enough improvement in the squad to say Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is doing a good enough job and deserves our backing going forward. So the board now need to get behind him, because I never want to be in this position again. Fucking praying for fourth. Who are we, Arsenal? Do you know what I mean? We're not that. We don't want this to be a typical thing. We don't want this to become a thing that we're seeing every year. And we need to improve. Simple as that. But overall today, buzzing. Man of the match is so hard to pick because I don't think there was anyone that really stood out. Like if you go from back to front, De Gea, no. Wan-Bissaka, no. Maguire, no. Lindelof, possibly. Brandon Williams, I thought he was one of our better players in the second half, but his first half was poor. Midfield, Matic, no. Pogba, no. I thought Pogba was poor in the first half as well. Bruno, possibly Bruno, but again I thought he had a poor game. He scored the penalty. He did that hop and a skip and a jump which fucking made me shit myself. I don't know how he can do it to himself, like, in those moments. It shows he's got some big balls, to be fair to him. Bruno's big balls. There's loads of B's for you. But I don't know if he was the man of the match either. Marshall, no. Rashford, no. Greenwood, no. No one really stood out as man of the match, really. But you'd probably give it to Bruno. He got the crucial goal. He set us on our way. His 9th goal in the league as well. And I think he must have over 10. And he's joined in January, which again shows you what a contribution he's making and what an addition to the team he's been. So I'm buzzing, I'm happy, I'm delighted. I didn't expect Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to make it this far, to be honest with you. Whilst Steve did predict that he would get third in the league, when we did that video where we were talking about Ole's future, there was one video where we did, will he be gone by Christmas? And we both didn't really know the answer to that. So it shows you how far he has come, how much he's improved this squad, and that he deserves to be in the job going forward. For as much as the patches and this, that might tempt you, Ollie's doing the job at the moment and he's doing a very good job, and let him continue with it and see where he takes us. So I'm happy with that. Roll on, we can go into the Europa League, relax, rest some players, get ready for next season, take it easy. We can beat Lask on aggregate with our reserves, get Istanbul or Copenhagen done with a semi-reserve team, and then bring everyone back for the semi-final off holiday, use that as pre-season, bounce into the Premier League campaign with a Europa League trophy. Wouldn't be bad, eh? But still a lot of work to be done for that. But no pressure on it, which is where we want to be. No pressure on the Europa League, because that would have been awful. The Europa League finishes like 2 weeks before the season starts. Imagine going into that Europa League campaign thinking we have to win this for Champions League football next season. Sancho's transfer not happening until September, because we don't know whether we've got Champions League football or not. Those questions have been put to bed, and I'm so delighted about that. Can't wait to hear that music back at Old Trafford again. It's going to be good. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you're liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing. That was Steve with a little bit of background noise for you, and we'll see you in a bit.